This video tutorial covers all the pieces and parts involved with writing a blog for your website. There's more to it than you might think, and we're going to cover all the pieces that are involved. And by the time you finish this tutorial, you'll have a good understanding of exactly what goes into writing a blog post. But briefly, the three main pieces that go into writing the blog post is the blog post itself, page titles, which are 65 to 70 characters and spaces. And for your reference, when you see a Google search results page, this is the page title. And the third piece are meta descriptions. These are 150 characters and spaces and are complete sentences. We'll show examples of this later in the tutorial, but as a reminder, when you see a Google search results page, these are the meta descriptions. Through the content management system, you can control all of these, which will help with your SEO. At this point, we'd like to give a little background on how we go about getting your keywords. It's important because even a misplaced comma in your blog posts, page titles, or meta descriptions will make a difference in your SEO. Using a Dallas-based plastic surgeon in our example, we would start by searching the most common phrase one would expect, which is breast augmentation surgeon Dallas. And as you can see in the Google AdWords tool we use, there have been 0 searches in the past 30 days for that specific term. However, just by removing the word surgeon, you can see for the search term breast augmentation Dallas, there have been over 700 searches in the past 30 days for that specific term. So now you can start to see how individual words make a difference in SEO. Next, let's take a look at the search term plastic surgeon in Dallas, Texas. By the way, as a side note, it doesn't matter if city names or state names are capped letters or not. In search terms, people use them both ways. But since it is common to capitalize cities and states, that's how you should do them in your blog posts. Anyway, looking at the variations on that term, let's take a close look at these 3 options. The first one, plastic surgeon in Dallas, Texas, has the word surgeon singular. And you can see there are only 40 searches in the past month for that phrase. However, if you put an S on the end of surgeons, you'll see the second phrase has 210 searches a month. So one letter makes a big difference. The last one, taking out the word in, keeping the word surgeons plural, plastic surgeons Dallas, Texas, that jumps up to 320. The art and science of writing for your blogs is using the keywords that people search the most in a natural way. And here's an example of that, since the term plastic surgeons Dallas, Texas seems like an oddball phrase to work into a sentence. You can see how this sentence works that phrase into a relatively natural flow. You'll notice there's no comma after the word Dallas. Here's an important point regarding commas, and we're going to use Google AdWords to show you why that is. Google AdWords shows us that the phrase breast augmentation Dallas, Texas, with no commas and Texas abbreviated, has 260 searches for that in the past 30 days. Now looking at the same phrase with commas, Google breaks those words apart as distinctively different search terms. So each comma you put in breaks the phrase apart, so now the phrase Dallas and Texas are no longer associated with the term breast augmentation. And it's a pretty safe bet somebody Googling the phrase Dallas is not looking for a plastic surgeon. And that's why commas are kind of a big deal with SEO. I do want to back up on one thing, which is the word Texas spelled out versus being abbreviated. From this screen, you can see that the term breast augmentation Dallas, Texas, with the word Texas spelled out, only had 70 searches for that phrase in the past month. while the same phrase with the word Texas abbreviated had 260 searches for that in the past month, almost 4 times the amount of the phrase with the word Texas spelled out. So just a reminder, when we give you the search terms to use in your blog posts, they're carefully researched and very specific, down to the letter, the abbreviations, and the lack of commas. And just a reminder that capital letters don't matter in a search, so feel free to capitalize cities or states or any other phrase you determine to be appropriate. So now that you have a good understanding of SEO, grab that list of keywords we sent your way and have them handy. The keyword list could look like this, as we've done for a home builder, or it could look like this, as we've done for a plastic surgeon. And that list will contain what we call overarching keywords, which are keywords that can be used in any blog post, such as plastic surgeon Dallas or cosmetic surgeon Dallas. They can be interjected with procedure-specific keywords like breast augmentation Dallas or other procedures that show up in your list. Now, not every procedure will have a keyword. It's possible that ear pinning Dallas would not have any searches on it. But not to worry about that. Use the keywords, especially the overarching ones, on a regular basis. So we're finally ready to get into the first of the 3 parts involved in writing a blog post. First one is the blog post, where 5% of the overall words should be keywords. Here's an example of a blog post with the keywords bolded so you can see them for quick reference. Google does give more weight to bolded words, so in the blog post in the content management system, you would go ahead and bold these words as well. You can see we use a combination of the overarching keywords as well as the procedure-specific keywords. You also want to include links that go from your blog post to individual pages in your website. These blue words show that we're going to make these as internal links within the website, and another tutorial about how to post your blog shows you how to make those active links once you're in the content management system. The second piece of writing a blog post are page titles, which, as a reminder, are these. And page titles need to be between 65 and 70 characters and spaces, and contain only keyword phrases separated by commas. The third piece is meta descriptions, which are these. And meta descriptions are to be complete sentences incorporating at least 1, possibly 2, keyword phrases within the sentence. And here is an example of a page title and meta description for the blog post we have just written. That covers the pieces and parts of writing a blog post for your website. If you have an image that gets added to your blog, see the next video tutorial about sizing an image for your blog post. After that, watch the video called Logging In and Adding a Blog Post to see how to work with your content management system and bring in the blog post you've written. Thanks for watching this video tutorial, and best of luck with writing your blog posts.